Hello, my name is Zachary Hedges, and this is my lab report for Physics 2 Lab 2, where we revisited the charge tapes from Lab 1. The purpose of this lab was to observe the interactions between two charged pieces of tape, to find the line charge on the tape compared to the point charge model from Lab 1. In this lab, we used Newton's second law, gravitational force, and electric force. Using the line charge model, we found the charge on the tape to be 1.9744 times 10 to the negative 8th coulombs. This was greater than the charge found from the point charge model. Newton's second law says that force is equal to mass times acceleration. Since the tape was not moving, acceleration was zero, and thus net force was zero. Since F net is found from the electric and gravitational force, we know that these must be equal and opposite. The gravitational force is found by multiplying mass by the gravitational constant of 9.81 meters per second squared. The electric force is found by multiplying k times the two charges you were looking at, and then dividing by the square of the distance between the two charges, where k is equal to 9 times 10 to the ninth Newton meters squared per coulomb squared. This experiment was performed by charging two pieces of tape before setting one over the other and finding the distance between them where the top one hovered. The length of the tape was 15 centimeters, and using our conversion for tape length to mass, we found that it was 0.00015 kilograms. In Lab 1, we observed the distance between the two tapes to be 2 centimeters. Using the mass and the gravitational constant, I was able to find the gravitational force. I set this equal to the electric force and plugged in my distance to find the charge on a piece of tape, treating the tape as a point charge. For the second lab, we treated the tape as a line charge. To do this, I set my initial conditions in my code before estimating the charge needed for the tape to exert on an equal electric force. I repeated this until I found the correct charge that generated enough electric force to match my gravitational force. This charge was 1.9744 times 10 to the negative 8th coulombs, compared to in Lab 1, where I found the charge to be about 8.1 times 10 to the negative 9th coulombs. Comparing these results, we note that the line charge model results in a greater charge calculation than the point charge model. Potential sources of error in this lab include coding errors, approximation of a line charge in coding, ignoring air resistance, and a loss of charge from handling the tape. For this lab, we assumed that the charges on each tape were equal. We also used the assumed length to mass conversion and said that there were no external forces. Comparing the two models, we found that calculations involving the line charge model resulted in a greater estimated charge that was about 2.4 times greater than the charge estimated from the point charge model. The line charge model is more accurate as you observe the electric field at each point along the tape rather than just one. This allows us to account for charge distribution and the spread between charges. This spread means that a greater net charge is needed to produce a great enough electric force to counteract the force of gravity. Thank you.